My name is Kurt Trombley. I have been a member of Prince of Peace now for over 20 years. And my wife and I kind of found this church early on when we were seeking for a church in the Loveland area and really liked the people and the atmosphere. Raised our kids in the church and have really enjoyed the community. As a part of belonging to Prince of Peace, I started to volunteer at the food pantry, the Life Food Pantry, when it was still at Prince of Peace. Volunteered there in various different aspects. So, started just kind of bagging up groceries and have continued to kind of look for different opportunities to volunteer. And so at this point, I sit on the executive committee as the secretary and try to help guide and direct and provide services to our community and those who are in need as much as possible. I think there was a point at which I felt like I could do more with the food pantry, and I felt like I was very called to their mission. I felt like this is a way that we really can serve the community. I mean, what more basic need is there other than food and shelter? And so I felt like this was really something that was in need. I was seeing the clients coming into, at that time, Prince of Peace, and listening to some of their stories and understanding the hardships. I think a story that always stuck with me was someone else who was an engineer like myself, who had gotten into a car accident, and very quickly his life changed from what I could see my life looking like to something where medical bills became astronomical, and lost his house and lost his car and no longer could work. And I just think it put in perspective for me that any one of us could be in the same situation in the blink of an eye. Going through one intersection is all it took for him. So I just felt like their mission was something that I could really align to. I just really felt like there was a draw and a need in the community and wanted to be more closely tied with that. Yeah, I mean, I think the relationship, first of all, the relationship between Prince of Peace and the Life Food Pantry has been extremely strong. We obviously were housed inside of Prince of Peace for many, many years, and the only reason we weren't and had to move out was due to COVID. We just couldn't safely have people operating in that small of a space and had to search for another solution. Otherwise, we couldn't operate. I think, there's a very close relationship between Prince of Peace and Life. I think there's so many things. First of all, I don't think Life would be here if it wasn't for Prince of Peace. I really believe that. Even after we had to leave Prince of Peace and look for a different space for the COVID reasons, there's still, Prince of Peace still serves such a huge part of the food pantry. Our shelves were just empty a few weeks ago, and God's Work Our Hands was actually one of the major food drives. There was a food drive between Prince of Peace and a soccer organization that actually put food back on the shelves. The shelves were pretty much empty. So I think there's just a really strong relationship between Prince of Peace and Life, and has been for many, many years. And I think in terms of faith, I just think this is one way when I serve here and I see clients, it just puts me back in touch with God. I think it brings me back down to reality. I think any of the problems that I think I have in my life are pale in comparison to some of the things that I see here. I just think it's a good grounding experience to work in this type of environment and see these kinds of clients and understand what their life is like on a daily basis. I think when we first started out, our income we didn't have as much discretionary income as we have over the years. And as that discretionary income became higher and higher, we tried to use some of that discretionary income to give back to both Prince of Peace and to Life. And I think that giving to Prince of Peace enables the church to do exactly what our mission is, to live and love like Jesus. And I think, Life is just one small example of that. I think, the money that we give to Prince of Peace serves a lot of different things, but there's so many organizations that the church can support. Life is one of those.